I'm going to show you how to create thermometer style charts in Microsoft Excel to add a little flair to your data visualizations. In this sample data table, I have the monthly sales for an entire year. At the bottom is the total of the sales, which is $761,766, and the percentage it is versus the goal of $1 million in sales. The first step is to highlight the percentage to goal and the goal percentage. I can do this by holding the Control key as I select the two sets of data. Next, I'll click on the Insert tab in the ribbon. Then I'll go over to the Charts area. I'll choose the column or bar chart option, and then click the first option. We now have a chart with two values represented by separate bars: percentage to goal, and goal percentage. If we look up at the ribbon, we can see we are in the Chart Tool settings. I'll make sure that I'm in the Chart Design tab and then click on Switch Row Column. Once I do this, we still have our percentage to goal value and our goal percentage value. The next step is to select the bar that represents our goal percentage. And then, right-click. We now see some options. I'll select Format Data Series. Once I do, the Format Data Series options appear on the right. I'm going to change the plot series from primary axis to secondary axis. As soon as I do this, we can see that the two values are stacked. We also have the secondary axis appearing on the right. We really only need one axis for our thermometer chart. I'm going to select the primary axis on the left. Then I'll right-click and choose Format Axis. Over on the right, I'll make sure I'm on the axis options. That's represented by the bar chart icon. I'm going to change the bounds of the axis from 0 to 100%. To do this, I'll change the minimum value to 0 and click the Tab button so that I see the Reset button next to it, and the maximum value to 1 to represent 100%. Once again, I'll click the tab to make sure I see the Reset button next to it. If we look at our primary axis, we now have values from 0 to 100%. You may notice that the bars don't seem to correspond to the 76% to goal value. I'll fix that next. Since we don't need the secondary axis on the right anymore, I'll select it and delete it. Our bar now goes up to 100%, but we've lost the blue portion of the chart. To fix this, I'll select the orange bar. In the Format Data Series options pane on the right, I'll make sure I'm in the Fill and Line tab. I'll expand the Fill options. This orange bar represents the goal of $1 million or 100% of goal. I'm going to change the Fill option to No Fill. Look at that, we can now see our sales percentage to goal displaying accurately at 76%. Now let's fine-tune the look of this to make it look more like a thermometer. First, I'll select our blue bar. Next, I'll expand the border options in the Format Data Series options pane. I'll choose Solid Line as my border type. I'll delete the chart title by selecting it and clicking Delete. I'll get rid of the one value that is below our bar. Now, I'll select the grid lines and delete them. Next, I'll make sure the chart is highlighted and select No Line from the options pane on the right for the chart border. Then, I'll narrow the chart area using the handle on the right of the chart. I'll tinker with it a little until I get it looking pretty good. My next task is to add some tick marks along the primary axis values. I'll select the primary axis and then right-click and choose Format Axis. In the options on the right, I'll expand tick marks and, for the major type, select Inside as my option. We're getting close now. It's only missing one thing: the ball at the bottom. I'll go to the Insert tab on the ribbon. From there, I'll select Shapes. I'll select an oval. As I draw the oval, I'm going to hold down the Shift key as I do to make sure it draws a circle and not something egg-shaped. I think that's a pretty good size. However, if you look closely, you can see that there is a different colored border around the circle. I'll make sure that I've selected the circle, and then in the Drawing Tools tab, I'll change the shape outline to No Outline. Now I can reposition the circle until it's in the right spot. And because we've based the chart values on the dynamic values of percentage to goal and goal percentage, I can change some values to 0 and our thermometer updates itself. Or, I could undo what I did and increase values. If I enter a really large value in one of the months, I can get the percentage to goal to be greater than 100%. However, because we set up the bounds of the chart from 0 to 1, or 100%, the value in our thermometer will never go above that value. It may seem like many steps the first time you create a thermometer chart, but once you do it a couple of times, it becomes really quick to do. If you found this video helpful, check out this one where I show you how to create progress charts with a pivot table and slicer.